Hey Manny, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com. I just want to show you I got a little bit of sun this weekend riding around on the Blue Ridge Parkway. So, feeling good, feeling refreshed. Came back with enough energy to cut this little tiny pair of glasses. What could be in this little Rayban box? It is the 4105, the folding Wayfarer, in color 601 and the 50 eye size. So let me open up this cute little thing. Look at this little leather case that comes with it. Open that up. Let's slide this out. Your Rayban folding Wayfarers and your Rayban cleaning cloth tucked inside. Let's open this up with special effects. Alright, enough of that. Back to work. So, I'm going to put your frame. I've already removed your lenses. And maybe I'm too refreshed. And I'm going to put it into my Santanelli, my $30,000 LA1000 patternless edger. I recommend everyone go out and spend $30,000 on one of these. So the stylus has popped up and it is now tracing the right side of the frame. It's going to move over. Guess what? Trace the left here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy the genuine, authentic Rayban frame and you receive free clear prescription lenses from me. Of course, you paid the upgrade to the anti-glare. Let me put in your pupillary distance of 62. These are polycarbonate lenses. I'm going to cut on the soft cycle because of the anti-glare coating, and this is a plastic frame. Let's begin, shall we? Your right eye reads -4 1/4, -50 at 97. I'm going to spin the axis wheel of my Marco 101 lensometer to 97. Put the power drum on -4 1/4. Get everything lined up perfectly. Find your sphere power. Find the optical center. Lock that in. Check your astigmatism correction. And I think I need to put some new dots on here. How about that? Let me put a little bit more ink in my lensometer. Here's your blue lenses. Here's your red lenses. We're going to get to that too. So let me just put a little ink there so I can see what I'm doing. All my inks right there, my little buffet of ink. Still not as dark as I would want, so let me darken that one. This is the right lens. Put that back. Let's do the same thing with your left. -450, -75 at 68. So let's turn that to 68. What time is it now? 7:40. Yeah, this thing cuts off quicker than my last GoPro, so I got to speed up here. For some reason it cuts off every video at 17 minutes. The last GoPro used to go to 21 minutes, so I got to get the lead out if I'm going to do this all in one video. And that's the left. So you've seen this before, but there's people who haven't seen it before. This is a block. This is what's going to hold your lens in place while it's cutting, so I need to put a double-sided adhesive sticker on here. Stick that on one side, pull the tape away to make this side sticky. Get everything lined up just perfectly and go. Now we're going to do the same thing for the left lens. And go. Put another little sticker on the back side because of your anti-glare coating. Makes your lens slippery. And I'm just going to give it that much more grip. Yo man, you got to keep your grip. And oops, pull this back up, put this into the chuck and hit start. And Manny, I know you've got multiple pairs of glasses from me before and your family, but there's people who haven't seen it before, so I'm going to take the time to explain it. These calipers are going to come down and it's going to trace the shape of your right side of your frame onto the lens to make sure this lens is large enough to fit into your frame. It is tracing the concave, the back surface, which is closest to your eyelashes first, and then it's going to move over and trace the convex side of the lens, the vexing side, the vexing hour. How's that look? That's looking good. Now the actual cutting wheel is down here. It is the wheel on the left. That's going to grind away your unbreakable bulletproof material, the polycarb, and this wheel in the center is what's going to put the channel onto the lens. The channel, did I say that? It's going to put the bevel onto the lens from that channel. So your lenses, as always, are made out of the thinner, lighter weight polycarb material. They are unbreakable. They are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection, as well as a scratch coating, as well as a 1-year warranty, as well as an anti-glare coating. The anti-glare coating eliminates glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stop lights, computer screens, overhead lights, fluorescent lights. That's one feature of the anti-glare lens. The other feature, it's a reflection-free lens. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses, or if someone takes a picture with a flash, you don't see the flash lit up in the lens like you do with this lens. So it's a much better cosmetic feature, plus it comes with the best scratch coating in the business, because it wants to protect that anti-glare coating that they have applied, so then they apply the best scratch coating on top of that. If you notice, there is water running in the background, but polycarbonate cuts dry. You didn't hear a word of that, did you? Where polycarbonate cuts dry, where plastic and high index cut wet. At the very end of the cycle, you will have some water jets going to clean away the debris from around your lens. So yeah, I was able to get away for a few days since we were closed on the 4th. I went ahead and took Wednesday and Thursday off, and that was my first weekend of the year. My New Year's resolution was to work 7 days a week for the entire year to see where it got me. And I made it the first 6 months of working every day. But the wife insisted I take a little vacation and spend time with her. What's up with that? So if you notice, your lens is still completely flat. Now it's getting the bevel put on there, so it will stay inside the bevel of the frame. I see a good chunk. Look at that. I love pulling this stuff off when it goes around. So there is water running in the background, but nothing on the lens. Now the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, these 2 water jets will kick in and start to spray water to try and wash away some of this optical debris or optical sawdust that I'm picking off your lens. There we go. And in just a moment we'll take it out and we'll see if it fits. If not, we'll trim a little bit more off of it. Well, that's a long 20 seconds. And we're done. So, let me grab a paper towel, have that ready. Let's dry your lens off. And of course, you still have some rough edges here, so I'm going to use my hand stone to smooth those out. Put a little more optical sawdust. Ooh, that's a good one. Look at that. That's called Schwarf. That's what I'm scraping off your lens. And I just trimmed my thumbnails today, or you would see that V-shaped bevel worn into my thumbnail from doing this so much. But once it's off your lens, I wipe it on the floor. You know that was coming. Okay, I'm unpredictable this time since you've seen it. I'm too predictable. But I'm going to tuck the lens in at the outside corner using my thumbs. I press down at the nose. Still don't want to fit, so I'm going to take a little bit more off. I'm going to take about a 1/10 of a millimeter off your lens, going all the way around. You can always cut more off of a lens. You can never add it back on. So I start a little bit large on the right lens, which is the first lens you cut. And then I keep taking enough off until it easily pops into your frame. So your lenses not only are the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable, bulletproof up to 22 caliber with both UVA and UVB protection, but it's also aspheric, meaning you have a flatter curvature. You don't have that round, ugly fishbowl cosmetic appearance with your lenses. These are going to fit right into the frame. And speaking of UV protection, I'm actually tinting some lenses for my sister for her sunglasses. Let's see how these are coming along. Nope, a little bit more. Keep going, keep going. It's not dark enough yet. Don't look at this paperwork, that's a HIPAA violation. See, here's my other GoPro camera. Just retired it. This one's supposed to be better, but it takes a lot longer to upload to YouTube. These things, one video would take about 2 hours. I've had some take up to a day. I don't know what's up with the new Hero Go 3s, but that is the deal. I just don't know why it takes so much longer to upload. But we're gonna see, because I'm cutting your lenses now. What time did I say it was? 7:48. 91 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina. That's like your Las Vegas weather, Manny. Las Vegas with a whole bunch of humidity. All right, let's take that out, dry it off again. Back to the safety bevel real quick. So I'm going to cut 3 pair for you tonight. 1 pair of clear, 1 pair of blue mirrored lenses, and then 1 pair of the red mirror lenses. The 15R. So I tuck this in at the outside corner, then using my thumbs I press down at the nose. And if this block wasn't there, nope, I'm still going to take a little bit more off. But you know what, in the sake of speed, let me start cutting the left lens. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit more off of that one. And while this is cutting, I'm going to keep working on the right lens. Speed up, I'm going to have this block removed in advance since that's no longer needed. And of course, just like before, the calipers are going to come down, but this time they're going to trace the left side of your frame to make sure the lens is going to fit. Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. Okay, while that begins cutting, I'm gonna keep working. The way that the wheel takes a little bit off, I'm gonna go on my handstone and go old school optician and do the same thing. Even though I've got the $30,000 machine to do it, and let me just test it again, see how much I need to take off. Yeah, I'm gonna go around your whole lens and just take a little bit more off until it fits in there easily. Now it looks like that's only where it needed at, was the nasal area. Yeah, I can still do a little more. Little more. So, in order to mount either of your lenses, because you're going to be changing them out in this frame, you always have the frame upright. You tuck the lens in at the corner closest to you, and then using your thumbs, you just press down and it snaps right in. Now to take your lenses out, I turn the frame downward. It's always with your thumb, it's always at the nose. I put my thumb at the nose, I grab it with the other side, put my other thumb on top, and push down. And actually, because there's a little give, I want to take a little bit more off, make this easier for you. Especially because this is the folding Wayfarer, and there's just not a lot of area to grab at the nose because it wants to move too. And this is one that where it might be easier, gotta get that Schwarf off there. It might be easier to actually try and pull up on the top of the frame here and then push down with your thumbs to get the lens out versus doing it at the nose, just because this does fold and it's going to be hard to press with this moving around. Whoop. Alright, create your own side effects. Sound effects. So let me put this lens in and measure the prescription. Spin the axis wheel back to 97. And I'm reading 4 1/4 minus 50. Your total combined power is 475. Because if someone owed you $4.25 and they borrowed another 50 cents, they would owe you $4.75. So the right lens is done. Let's just wait on the left. Come on, left. Come on, left. I'm going to mail you some of this, Manny, just so you can play with it too. That's the part you never get to see, the stuff that gets cut off. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. You don't know what happens next. 14, 13, 12. What could be next? 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. The suspense is killing you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Man, this seems like my wife. It doesn't listen to me either. What's up with that? No, I'm just kidding. Love my wife, have the best relationship. We've been together 8 years and have never had one argument. Not one. Not 100, not 1,000, not even one. It sounds corny, but she is my soulmate. That's right, I'm talking about you, honey. Just spent a great 72 hours with her driving around in the convertible up on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Great way to spend a few days. We were going to try to drive up to Charlottesville, Virginia to see Monticello, where the University of Virginia is at, but we just didn't make it. We made it as far as Roanoke, which ended up being a really cool town. I was quite impressed with Roanoke. Okay, you know the deal. Tuck it in at the outside corner. Got to get all that swarf off. Then using your thumbs, press down at the nose. And there we go. So that is that. Let me take this block off. Pull that sticker off. Put that there. Dry everything off. Do I only have one paper towel? I guess so. I'm going to put the axis wheel back to 68. And minus 450. We are there. Let me inspect this lens. Perfect. Perfect. Couldn't have done it better myself. But wait, I did do it myself. So we are good there. So your pupillary distance is 62. I'm going to put the 0 of my PD stick on your right lens against my thumb, and then we've got 62 on this end, so that is measured perfectly. Let me get these all cleaned up, and I will use them to cut your next pair of lenses, and you're going to see this 3 times tonight. So we are good to go. That is one pair. If anyone has